What if I told you that some of the best luxury cars to own are the ones everyone is afraid to buy? Most people hear out of warranty luxury car and immediately think of one thing, expensive problems. But that's only true for the wrong cars, because there's a small group of luxury vehicles that follow a completely different pattern. They drop hard in value, everyone avoids them, and then something interesting happens. They stop braking. There's a 2012 Audi A6 with over 300,000 miles still running its original drivetrain, a Lexus ES quietly crossing 400,000 miles with nothing but basic maintenance, and a Volvo sedan that refuses to die despite being ignored for years. These aren't exceptions, they're patterns. Today, we're counting down 13 luxury cars that become incredible value once the warranty expires. Cars that lose most of their price up front, then turn into some of the smartest long-term buys you can make. And just like before, some of these will make perfect sense, and a few will probably surprise you, starting with the Audi A6 3.0T from 2012 to 2018. This is one of those cars that completely changes reputation once you understand the engine, because Audi has built some very questionable drivetrains over the years, but this is not one of them. The supercharged 3.0 V6 is one of the most reliable engines Audi has ever made. No turbo lag, no extreme heat stress, and far fewer failure points than their smaller turbo engines. It delivers strong performance, smooth power, and more importantly, consistency over time. Here's where things get interesting. These cars depreciate aggressively. People see the Audi badge and assume high maintenance costs, so prices drop fast. But once you get past that initial fear, you realize something. Independent shops know these engines well, parts are available, and long-term ownership is much more predictable than people expect. It's not perfect, you still need to maintain it properly, and certain components will wear out. But compared to most German luxury cars, this is one of the few that actually makes sense after the warranty ends. Next is the Lexus ES350 from 2013 to 2018. This is probably the least exciting car on this list. And that is exactly why it's here. Because Lexus didn't try to make this car impressive. They tried to make it last. The naturally aspirated V6 is one of the most proven engines ever put into a luxury sedan. It doesn't chase performance numbers, it doesn't push limits, it just runs smoothly for years, and that simplicity is what separates it. No complicated turbo systems, no unnecessary stress, no surprises. This is the kind of car that quietly reaches 250,000 miles. Then keeps going. The real advantage shows up after depreciation, because these cars lose a significant amount of value early and then stabilize, meaning you can buy one at a fraction of the original price and still get years of reliable use. The downside is obvious. It's not exciting, it's not sporty, and it doesn't stand out. But if your goal is long-term ownership without stress, this is one of the safest choices you can make. Now this is where things start to shift. The Volvo S80 from 2011 to 2016. Volvo has always had a reputation for safety, but during this period they also built something else. Durability. The inline-six engine used in these models is incredibly smooth and surprisingly robust. It's not pushed to extreme limits, it's not overly complicated, and it handles long-term use very well. What makes this car interesting is how it's treated in the market. It doesn't have the prestige of German brands. It doesn't have the reputation of Lexus, so it gets overlooked, and that drives prices down even further, which creates an opportunity because you're getting a comfortable, well-built luxury sedan, and with the right rear and that can handle serious mileage, and for far less than comparable competitors. It's not flawless. Electronics can have issues over time, and parts are not always as cheap as Japanese cars, but overall, this is one of the most underrated post-warranty luxury cars you can buy. And then we have the Acura TL from 2012 to 2014. This is where reliability meets performance in a way that most brands struggle to achieve, because Acura approached this differently. Instead of chasing extreme power, they focused on balance. The V6 engine is strong, the transmission is refined, and the overall system is built to handle long-term use without constant problems. What makes the TL stand out is how well it ages. Even after years of use, it still feels tight, still drives well, and doesn't develop the kind of issues you expect from older luxury cars. It's also one of the few cars on this list that gives you a slightly sportier experience without sacrificing reliability, and just like the others, depreciation works in your favor. These cars drop into a price range where they compete with economy cars, but offer a completely different level of quality. The trade-off is fuel economy and some interior aging over time, but in terms of long-term value, it's hard to argue against it. So far, these are the cars that quietly make sense. They're not the flashiest, they're not the most talked about, but they survive. The next group takes that further, because now we're getting into cars that don't just last, they start to feel like long-term investments. Now, we move into the group where things start to get more interesting, because these are not just cars that make sense after the warranty. These are cars that start to feel like they were built for long-term ownership from the beginning. Starting with the Lexus is 350 from 2014 to 2020. This is where Lexus proves that reliability doesn't have to mean boring. The 3.5-liter V6 is one of the most proven engines in the entire industry. It's been refined over years, tested across multiple platforms, and pushed just enough to deliver performance without sacrificing durability. What makes the IS350 different from something like the ES is how it drives. This car actually feels engaging, rear-wheel drive, responsive handling, and a drivetrain that doesn't feel stressed even when you push it, and yet it still holds on to that Lexus advantage, predictability. These cars don't surprise you with random failures. They don't develop major issues out of nowhere, they just continue working after depreciation hits. You're getting a car that originally competed with German sports sedans, but without the long-term repair anxiety. It's not the cheapest to buy on this list, but it's one of the safest long-term bets. Next is the Mercedes-Benz E350 from 2012 to 2016. This is one of those cars that quietly fixes a brand's reputation. Because Mercedes went through a sit-in so rower for troper akurin a prior where reliability became a real concern, and then they corrected it. The E350 with the naturally aspirated V6 is a perfect example of that shift. The engine is smooth, durable, and far less complicated than newer turbocharged setups. The transmission is proven, the ride quality is excellent, and the overall build feels solid even after years of use. What makes this car stand out is how it ages instead of falling apart. It settles in, everything becomes smoother, more refined, and easier to live with. Depreciation works heavily in your favor here. These cars drop into a price range where they compete with mid-level sedans but still deliver full luxury experience. There are still things to watch for maintenance matters, and certain components can become expensive if neglected, but overall, this is one of the few Mercedes models that actually makes sense long-term. Now, we move into something slightly unexpected, the Hyundai Genesis sedan from 2015 to 2016. This is where Hyundai quietly changed the game, because instead of trying to match German brands feature for feature, they focused on something else. Over-engineering, the V6 and V8 engines used in these cars are built to handle long-term use without being pushed to their limits. The ride is smooth, the interior is comfortable, and the overall ownership experience is surprisingly stress-free. What makes this car so interesting is how it's perceived. People don't associate Hyundai with long-term luxury reliability, so these cars lose value quickly and then stabilize, which creates one of the best value opportunities in this entire segment. You're getting a full-size luxury sedan with strong reliability at a price that makes almost no sense. The downside is brand perception. It doesn't carry the same prestige, and resale is not as strong. But if your goal is ownership value, this is one of the smartest choices you can make. Next is the Infiniti M37 from 2011 to 2013. This is one of the most overlooked sedans in the entire luxury market, and that works in your favor because underneath the Infiniti badge is a very simple formula: a naturally aspirated V6A, proven transmission, and a platform designed for durability. The engine in particular is known for handling high mileage without major issues. It's not overly stressed, it doesn't rely on complicated systems, and it delivers consistent performance over time. What makes the M37 stand out is how little attention it gets. People overlook it, prices stay low, and that creates an opportunity because you're getting a car that can easily go beyond 200,000 miles. With relatively low maintenance compared to competitors, it's not perfect. Interior technology feels outdated, Fuel economy is not great, and it doesn't have the same refinement as higher-end models. But in terms of long-term reliability, it delivers. And then we get to the Lincoln MKZ from 2013 to 2016. This is where things get a bit more nuanced, because Lincoln approached luxury differently. Instead of focusing on performance, they focused on comfort and simplicity. The engines used in these models, especially the naturally aspirated options, are designed for long-term use. They are not pushed to extremes. They are not overly complex. And they handle mileage well when maintained. What makes the MKZ interesting is how balanced it is. It's comfortable, it's quiet, and it's easy to live with. And because it doesn't have the same demand as German or Japanese competitors, prices drop significantly after a few years, which again creates value. You're getting a luxury experience without the luxury maintenance stress. There are still trade-offs. It's not sporty, it doesn't stand out, and long-term durability depends on proper care. But overall, this is one of those cars that makes more sense the longer you own it. At this point, we've gone from cars that quietly make sense to cars that actually start to feel like smart, long-term plays. But the final group takes it one step further, because these are not just good after the warranty, they are the reason this entire idea works in the first place. Now we get into the final group, and this is where the pattern becomes obvious, because these are not just cars that survive after the warranty, they are the ones that prove this entire idea actually works, starting with the Lexus LS460 from 2013 to 2017. This is what happens when a company builds a flagship with long-term ownership in mind instead of short-term appeal. The naturally aspirated V8 is not just powerful, it is incredibly understressed. At normal driving speeds, it barely feels like it is working, and that is exactly why it lasts. The transmission is smooth, the ride quality is exceptional, and everything about the car is designed to age slowly. This is one of the few luxury sedans where mileage almost stops mattering, because the experience does not fall apart over time, it just continues. Of course, there are still things to watch. Suspension components can wear, maintenance is not cheap, and ownership still requires attention, but compared to most luxury cars, this is one of the safest long-term choices you can make. Next is the Toyota Avalon from 2013 to 2018. This might seem out of place at first, because it does not carry the same luxury branding as the others, but in terms of ownership experience, it absolutely belongs here. This is essentially Toyota taking everything they know about reliability and applying it to a near luxury sedan. Honisu Wara Andao Amafe 6. Sengenjin is one of the most proven in the industry. The platform is simple, and the overall design avoids unnecessary complexity. What makes the Avalon special is how easy it is to own. It does not demand constant attention, it does not surprise you with major failures, and it handles long-term mileage better than most cars in this category. Depreciation makes it even more attractive, because you are getting near luxury comfort with economy car reliability at a very reasonable price. It is not exciting, it is not flashy, but it works, and it keeps working. Now we move into something more performance-focused, the Porsche Macan S from 2015 to 2018. This is where things usually get risky, because performance and reliability do not always go together, but Porsche approached this differently. The engines are built with strong internal components. The transmission is one of the best in the industry, and the overall engineering focuses on durability as much as performance. What makes the Macan S stand out is how well it holds together over time. Even with spirited driving, even with higher mileage, it continues to feel solid. That is not common in this segment. Of course, maintenance is more expensive, and you cannot ignore service intervals, but compared to other performance luxury cars, this is one of the few that actually makes sense. After the warranty, you are getting driving experience without completely sacrificing long-term usability. And finally, the Lexus GSF from 2016 to 2020. This is the perfect example of what happens when performance is built on top of reliability instead of replacing it. The naturally aspirated V8 is one of the last of its kind. No turbos, no unnecessary complexity. Just a strong, durable engine that delivers power consistently. What makes this car different is that it does not compromise. You get real performance, real driving feel, and at the same time, a level of reliability that most performance cars cannot match. After depreciation, this becomes one of the most interesting value propositions in the entire luxury market, because you are getting something that feels special but does not punish you. Long-term, it is rare, it is underrated, and it represents a kind of engineering that is slowly disappearing, and that is the pattern across all of these cars. The ones that make sense after the warranty are not the most complicated. They are not chasing trends, and they are not built for short-term ownership. They are balanced, they are proven, and they are designed to last. Because once the warranty is gone, that is the only thing that matters. And if you choose the right car, that moment stops being a risk and starts becoming an opportunity.